Hi there, and welcome to this guide on how to use your new content marketing planner. I'm super excited to walk you through everything you need to know to get the most from using this planner. And this is really going to allow you to plan out your content more efficiently and to be more productive in your business generally. So before we begin, once you've actually purchased your planner, you're going to have to duplicate it so that it actually belongs to you and so that it shows up in your workspace. And this is a really simple and easy process. All you have to do is head over to the right side of the template where the two boxes are on top of each other and it says duplicate. Just click that duplicate button and that will then duplicate your template and that will move it into your workspace where you'll be able to access it, modify it, and update it whenever you want to. Bear in mind also that this is quite a large file, so it might take a few minutes for this file to duplicate. So just give it a little bit of time. And then again, once it has been duplicated, it will show up in your workspace. Right, so what we can see here is the actual dashboard for the content marketing planner. And from this dashboard, you can pretty much access everything that the planner has to offer. And I'm going to take a few minutes to just walk you through all the really important areas that's going to help you streamline all your content creation going forward. So what you're able to see on screen here is an area where you're able to add your 3 main priority tasks for each day. And it's pretty simple. You would literally just enter in and just type what it is that you are going to be working on any given day. So for example, create content. So when it comes to the stage where you want to update the information, all you have to do to pretty much refresh this page is click on clear tasks and that will clear the task for you. So every day you come in, you can clear your task, then update it with the task that you've set yourself for that current day. Okay, so moving on to the posting schedule. Now this posting schedule shows up, and I'm going to come back to this, but this pretty much shows the content that you've scheduled for any given week, right? And I'm going to show you how to actually schedule the content so that it shows up in this location. And just moving down, I just want to show you what's here. At the bottom of the page, what you can see are some content prompts, which will hopefully help to give you ideas about the types of content that you can post if you're someone who is struggling to come up with ideas yourself. And there's also over here a pre-published checklist. It's just kind of giving you a few prompts to check before you actually hit the publish button on your content. Right, so I'm literally just going to walk you through all of the key areas in the marketing plan, starting with weekly tasks. So in this area, what you'll find is a weekly reoccurring task sheet. And these are pretty much where you would add details of the reoccurring tasks that you set for yourself each week in relation to your content creation. So as you can see here, I've already filled it out to a certain degree so that you've already got some ideas of the kind of things that you would include and that you would be working on a day-to-day basis. Also, if we go down the screen, again, what you're able to find here are those daily priority tasks. So you can either update it here or on the main page like I showed you previously. Whichever way you decide to update this information, it will autofill. So if you update it here, it will autofill onto the main page. And if you update the main page, it will autofill here. Now I just want to take you to the content calendar. This is where the magic actually happens. So this is where you schedule your content and it's very straightforward. All you would do is click on the plus, name your content. So let's say we are working on a reel. The channel is going to be Instagram. The content type, let's say we're creating something entertaining. A content format is a video. Actually, it's a reel. This is where we're able to add the actual reel video to this actual file. So just so we've got everything in a central location, and then below is where we can add details of the caption that we're going to create and schedule for this post. So again, very straightforward and easy to do. So I just want you to take note of that date. So it's the March the 21st, 2024. So if I come out of that, and then if I go back to the dashboard, I just want to show you how it updates on the main page. So the 21st, as you can see, that entry that I just made in the content calendar has now automatically updated in our posting schedule so that we can see that for the week that we are actually working on. So that's really helpful to know. So if I just go back to the content calendar, what you can also find here is a master content planner. So when you're actually brainstorming and coming up with ideas, there are two areas that you can do this essentially. So you can do it here, and you can just literally write whatever it is that you're going to be creating or posting about. Say it's a blog post, say how to set your goals, and then let's say it's an educational video. I'm going to come back to content pillars. This is pretty much where we would choose the pillar that this type of content relates to. So let's say for this example that it's pillar 2. The content type is a blog. Status is idea and going ahead, right? So you're kind of getting an idea. But when it comes to actually brainstorming, what you would do is head over to the content planner over here. And as you can see, what you've got here is an area where you can literally brainstorm ideas. Now, another thing that I want to say is, as you can see, this information that I just typed into the other page, so how to start your goals, has also shown up in this worksheet. So this is the master content planner. So this is really good because no matter where you update this information, it is going to update centrally, and you'll be able to locate that information from different pages where being able to access that is going to be really useful to you. So again, this is an area here where you can kind of just brainstorm ideas. So I just want to give you an example. Let's say we have an idea to create a feed or a post, or actually let's go maybe a video on productivity. What we can actually do is bring this down here, and then if we open it up, we can start kind of working on those ideas. So it just makes it a little bit easier for us to be able to transfer our ideas from one area to another, which actually makes our workflow that little bit easier. So moving on, I just want to highlight holidays and themes. And again, this is another great area that's going to give you ideas of the types of content that you can create. So on this page, you can find details of all the upcoming holidays that are going to be happening throughout the world. And below that, what you can see are content themes, which give you ideas of the types of content that you could be posting on any given month around the kind of themes that are currently happening within that month. So again, this is kind of another really great place where you can pull inspiration and get ideas on the types of content to post. Right, so next I just want to look at a few more things. I'm not going to open everything because some of these things are quite self-explanatory. So business overview is where you can go in and pretty much update your business information and just kind of work on your general business strategy, you know, the social media platforms that you're going to be focusing on and so forth. And then audience is where you would add information on your ideal customers and kind of just build out your ideal customer avatar. So again, that's a really useful thing to do. Competitor analysis is where you would undergo your competitor research. And basically what I would recommend doing here is coming down here and just adding your 10 top competitors and literally just doing a little bit of an exercise so that you know the types of content that they are creating currently that are the most effective and that are really doing well for them and kind of pushing sales and pushing engagement with their audience. And then next, obviously branding is important. So spend time going through this page and just kind of updating the information just to gain clarity on your brand voice. These are really going to help you create something that is really strong. And when it comes to your marketing channels, you're going to be able to really stand out amongst your competitors. So again, it's really important to just spend a little bit of time working on your branding. And then next are your content pillars. So your content pillars are kind of important because it's kind of what you've researched and you know your ideal customers are going to be interested in and what they're going to want to see, but it's also that content that is going to grow your business, relate to your offers, relate to what it is that you sell. So it's really a good idea to spend some time kind of coming up with your content pillars, being clear on what they are, and creating some subtopics that you can then go on to create more content about, which is going to interest your ideal customers. And if you go further down the page, there is also a master content planner here that you can use to help you do exactly that. And then content repurposing is where I've created a 7-day content repurpose strategy for you to follow. So if you're someone who is quite familiar with content repurposing and you have your own strategy, then that's fine. If you are someone who wants to kind of incorporate this more into your content strategy, then feel free to follow this step-by-step guide that I've created, which basically takes you through creating a blog post and then repurposing that blog post in lots of different ways over a 7-day period. So definitely be sure to check that out. And then if we go a little bit further, there's basically an exercise here or just some help in ways that you can revive some of the pieces of old content that you might have created that done well in the past and so are worth looking at to kind of repurpose. And again, here you just have a checklist of certain things that you can do to repurpose each of those pieces of content. Right, so next we have finances. I won't go into that. So this is pretty much where you would add details of any income that you've generated through your content creation. And obviously that's linked to affiliate income. It's also linked to promotions that you run through social media, collaborations, sponsorships, and that kind of thing. I just want to go back into the content planner. So again, just to reiterate that this is where you would actually come to do all your brainstorming and to pretty much generate ideas for your content creation. So this is probably where you're going to spend a lot of your time. And then once you've come up with ideas, that's pretty much when you're going to want to schedule those ideas into the content calendar. And you're going to want to do this on either a weekly or monthly basis. So some people prefer to create their content plan for the month and some people prefer to do it weekly. So it's definitely whatever you prefer or whatever your time allows for. And then over here, we've got marketing projects. And this is pretty much where you would go in and just update your marketing projects. And down here, we also have a marketing asset ideas area where you can add ideas for things like upsells, email campaigns, lead magnets, and also call to actions. So again, something that you might find quite useful. And then we've got an analytics section here. And this is pretty much where you would just kind of track the milestones. So track the milestones in numbers that you're making on your marketing channels. This is split into social media and general marketing channels, but it's very straightforward to use. So there is a section for each marketing channel that you have. And literally, if you just click on the toggle, then what you can do is add the information for each channel so that you're able to keep track on how you're getting on and what you're doing. And there is literally a worksheet for each marketing channel. And it's exactly the same for the social media channels or platforms. So you would make sure that you keep these areas up to date with your metrics and other information. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the dashboard. And from here, what you can do is access each individual platform. So this is really cool. And I'm not going to go into all of them, but I'll go into a couple of them. So first, I'm going to go into Instagram. And this is where you can literally add information which is specific to each social media platform that you're on, right? And this, again, it's just going to help you to be efficient, to make sure you're focusing on the right things, and to make sure that you are actually growing and being productive. Now, here is where you would enter the actual individual strategy that you've set for each channel. So you would add your Instagram strategy in this example. I'll go into it so you can see what I mean. So again, there's just information here for you to just elaborate on your Instagram strategy. And then if we go back, what you can see here are Instagram goals. Now, what I've actually done, which I think is really useful, is I've gone in and just added a few goals of, what it is that you might want to be working on and what you might actually need to do to actually complete those goals and to see progress. You've also got a growth tracker, so you can update your information here, and this will also update on the analytics page as well. So if you're doing work on Instagram and you're updating your information here, don't worry about having to do that in two places. It is going to also update in the analytics as well. So just to give you an example, if I added 100 followers and say we gained 20 followers this month, if I go back to the analytics, then that should update in there too. So if we go down to Instagram, then yeah, you can see that the 100 that I just entered on the other page has also updated on this page as well. And if I scroll along, you'll also see that 20 there as well. So yes. Right, so this time I'm going to go into YouTube because it's a little bit different. And this is also a really great resource. So here you're able to add your intro, so the one that you use in your videos or the one that you use in most of your videos, an outro. This is just so that you can be succinct and so that you can kind of always have this data easily accessible to you. So here we've also got description, and I know a lot of people will find this useful. So what you've got here is pretty much a template of what you can add in your description. And I know when I started my channel, I didn't really know what to add here. So I thought this would be a nice little touch for what to actually include. Right, so you can also add information on videos and keep track of where you are when you're actually in that content creation process. So once you've filmed your video, done the voiceover, edited, you can kind of keep track, which again is very useful. And again, you can also keep track on the growth of your channel from here. And again, this is going to update in the analytics page as well. So again, very useful. Right, so I don't feel like I need to go through them all, but I'm going to go down to the actual marketing channels and just go through those very quickly. So again, these are all created with the actual marketing channel in mind. So for example, if I click into email, what you'll find here are things that are specifically related to creating your email newsletters and growing your email list. So again, the goals are very specific to actually growing your email list. Obviously, you can customize this and add what you want to add to it, but I've just added some stuff to just kind of help you out. It is based on, working with my clients and just knowing the kind of things that they wanted to work on or the goals that they've set for themselves. So that's kind of where I've pulled this information to. So here the goal is create targeted lead magnets. And then I've just given you some information on just how to go about doing that. So hopefully you'll find that quite useful. And then if we go into podcasts, you'll find that the information is specifically related to running a podcast. So there's nothing really that generic about this content planner. Like everything that you are able to access is specifically related to each individual market channel. So I think that's really, really good. So again, you've got a production list here. You've got an area here where you can add details on your episodes, which is really good. You've got a podcast guest tracker and, somewhere to add topics, interview ideas, and again, your growth tracker that will also update on the analytics page. Right, so a couple more things that I just want to bring to your attention are, we've also here got a few resources, and one of them is some ChatGPT prompts. So if I go into that, then you'll see what you have access to here are literally over 4,000 prompts that relate to your content marketing creation. So these are going to be prompts that you can use in ChatGPT to just help make your content creation a little bit easier and a little bit more efficient. So again, very useful. And then if I go back down here, we've got somewhere to add our keyword and hashtag information. We've got somewhere to store documents, templates, and some inspiration that we might want to kind of put in a central location that is easily accessible to us. There's somewhere where you can also store information on your social media and marketing passwords, so your password tracker. And then lastly, we've got a productivity tool. And this is literally where you would just add information about the productivity tools that you're currently using in your business. So that again can be very helpful. It's really good to be able to see this information in a central location. Right, so by following these steps, you'll be able to streamline your content creation process and actually maximize the impact of your digital marketing efforts. So hopefully you found this walkthrough useful and you're ready to take your digital marketing to the next level. So hopefully you're going to start planning some great content today. And I just want to thank you for watching this video or this guide on how to use your content planner. If you've got any questions, feel free to send an email to hello@thewomensentrepreneurialnetwork.com and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.